Oh, my mom's helping clean up the property and taking extra stuff, projects that I haven't finished, out to the back. My dad's out here nicely installing and setting up the weather station. Much better. And the birds are watching the whole action. I'm going to try to fix this faucet in the bathroom finally. So I've got one of those little cutting tools that has no large handle, so I can get in with small spaces finally, because even that other one wouldn't have fit here without bending my pipes. So I'm going to hopefully get my bathroom water running today as well now. Now this time I've polished the end of this pipe. This is the cold water tap for the bathroom sink, and I've used emery cloth on the ends, on the compression fitting inside and out on this piece of pipe here, and on the bottom end where it fits into my compression fitting on the main water line. So hopefully when I put this together, and I'm also going to use Teflon tape on the threads up top, hopefully this won't leak anymore. But you can tell, look at the water was running out of this forever, and you can tell it was coming out of the threads up top. It was running down this pipe, coming right out the threads. So I'm thinking just tightening it up again with Teflon tape will hopefully do the job. The old Honda is a tool shed, a nice, good, dry tool shed. And now my dad is securing the rainwater collector better, because we had a really bad storm here the other day, which sort of ripped this to shreds a bit on me. So along with the weather station, which he's got fastened up nicely, this is not going anywhere now. That's well done. And it's working. That's perfect. Transmitting to the motorhome. And this is hopefully never going to blow away again when we're done. And hopefully the water will run in properly now too. My mom is running back and forth finishing the rest of the dishes. When I was cleaning the camper, I pulled some stuff out, and then it rained, and the muddy water from the ground got onto everything, and then it just was a losing battle.
I need the dish drainer.
Alright, here we go, the critical moment. I have reattached everything here, and I turned on the water pump. I'm going to turn on the valve and see if it leaks. I'm actually praying this works. This means I'll have running water in the bathroom sink. It's pumping. I heard pressure go in, and I see no drips. I don't see any water. Wait, what was that? I don't see any drips. I don't see anything. Let's look inside. My new repaired fitting. Here's baby cat. Hi, baby cat. You checking things out, huh? She's a happy cat. My new repair seems, I think I see a little bit of moisture. I might have to tighten that a little more. I'm not sure. I'll have to let it sit for a few minutes. But I put Teflon tape on that thread and attached it. I can't tell if that's damp or not. Worst case, I might need a new chunk of pipe for that. A reflanged piece of pipe. But I'm hoping it won't leak. And my compression fitting leaks. What a mess. This is a new compression fitting. Let me tighten it down and see what happens. We still have a bit of water bubbling up on here, and I've tightened it as tight as I can get it. Still leaking. And I've got water coming down the pipe, so that fitting up top is leaking. I think this piece of pipe was just too old and rotten. I think I'm going to have to take this in and see if I can find something to replace it with. Something that'll screw into here. I just can't get it. It's not going to work. I've got water dripping down here. It's just not working. I'm going to have to replace this piece. Problem is, I don't know if they have something for that, but I'll have to see. Well, my mom's at it again, now cleaning the fridge. I might actually be using that this weekend, because that worked. And I'm still working on the plumbing. Still. The pipe fittings up in here, I had to take off the fittings. I don't know if the light's bright enough in here. Well, I have a flashlight now. I had to take off the fittings. Fortunately, that's a standard faucet fitting right there on the end of the bathroom faucet attachment, and I took off the adapter that was in between those two. The compression fitting hanging loose there was leaking no matter what I did, so I'm just going to replace this whole pipe from there all the way down to the valve down there. The whole pipe's going to go. I'll go to the hardware store and see if I can find something to replace it with. There's the piece of pipe that's giving me trouble. This is a standard faucet thread right here. This compression fitting was failing no matter what I do. I could not get that to work, so I guess it's just wrecked. And I somehow have to go from a standard pipe thread down to this compression fitting on my water valve down below. So I'll go and see what I can find to replace that with, this whole pipe. See what I can do. Hopefully they'll have something at the hardware store, one-piece solution. Well, my mom cleaned the freezer and the refrigerator. I still have to go over it with some water, some clean water. She didn't get to the door of the fridge yet. Give you an idea, some contrast to how it was, how bad it was. And the baby cat wants to go outside because I have the door open. And then she'll get scared because there's people here. She's not used to people. So anyway, this is almost done. I'll have this done later on this weekend, and it'll be usable. This works. Well, my dad was working on the rainwater and the weather station. My mom was out here in the meadow. Got a little box of garbage over there to get rid of. Cleaning. All the stuff that was laying around is all gone. She did all this pretty much all on her own. All the stuff that was here, that rock was covered with plants and planters. There was a garbage can here. It's all gone. So the yard pretty much looks a lot better now. All I have to do is move that stuff that's in front of the camper, and I'll have a nice neat yard here. So thank you, Mom. Well, it's all empty. It's going to be very sad tonight. All gone. Everything's cleaned up. Well, the curtain's laying down because it doesn't really function properly, but that lets some light in. And the only signs that they were here is a couple things they left me. Some leftover paper plates and forks and stuff that I can use for barbecuing. Some tomatoes that we didn't use yet. And that's it. They're gone. Well, they're leaving. They're out in the car waiting for me to come in town. We're going to have lunch together and then they're going to go. So it's definitely going to be sad here walking through this quiet camper later. Well, they got everything packed. They're getting in the car. I'm going to follow them to town with my car. We'll have food and they'll go away. It was good having them here.
And we'll go away, yes!
Yeah. Well, I got back from the hardware store. Cat wants to be in the video. I am hopefully replacing all of this with this one piece. I do hope this is the last and final part of the puzzle for the bathroom running water. Oh, my mom made me promise to bring in the last of the clean dishes, and she asked me to record it to prove that I did it and do it today. So this is for you, Mom. I'm going to bring in the dishes. Thank you. Thank you very much for all the help. There, Mom. I got them. The last of the dishes going in right now. Video proof. I've done it. Well, I don't think Teflon tape is necessary because this is a nice rubber seal on this new fitting here, but I'm going to put it on anyway. I hope it cannot harm. Stuff is so flimsy. With all the stress and trouble I've had, I really prefer to make sure this just works. And hopefully this will fit right. Okay, it's going to fit it right. Don't know if you can see past my arm. I haven't done much video at all of in these little holes and small areas because it's so tight. What's right wrenches here? Not sure how tight to make that because it's got a nice rubber seal in there, so I'm not going to overdo it. Not at all. Well, sorry I didn't do a lot of video of me actually working and stuff during the weekend. My parents were here and I was running all over the place, so it was just awkward setting up tripods and everything else because there was so much activity going on. Well, here we go. This is supposed to fit right on this valve in place of my copper. I do believe this is going to work because this is better, newer equipment. Not going to tighten that down too far, just snug, not damaging tight, just snug. There's a nice rubber gasket in this too. Alright, let me turn on some pressure. Water pump is on. I'm afraid to turn it all the way on right away. Well, there we have it. I've turned on the power, or the pressure here, fully. I heard the valve pressure up. I heard the pump run. And I'm looking for leaks. I do believe we are good. Look at that. No drips. No leaks. Finally, I'm leak free in the bathroom. That was a job. Wow. Now I'm still going to have to do the hot water heating system eventually, but I may now have running water in the bathroom. Let me go find out. Bathroom looks like a construction zone. All the tools everywhere. Well, there was no leaks down there. I should have running water. Look at that. I can rinse that sink out nice and well, good and finely. Nice. Can wash my hands, brush my teeth. Nice. Finally, running water in the bathroom. Water on demand. This is a major relief after all the stress trying to get the plumbing done in the bathroom, in the kitchen, the whole RV. I have running water in the bathroom and the kitchen. Nice. This is extremely a very happy moment. I wish my parents were here right now to see it. Well, everything's dry. All good here. And everything's dry down here. That fitting worked. Finally, it's done. Still got a lot of work to do in the RV. That is the back hatch, and that's bare fiberglass. That's the outside wall. Actually, there's a gap. When the sun shines right, I can see light between that floorboard and the fiberglass wall there. That has to be all filled in and insulated. That's just a piece of metal to the outside. There's actually an air gap. That all has to be insulated and filled in before winter. Actually, if I shut off my light, there, you can see the gap in that door. That's daylight coming through. Maybe you can see, I hope that shows up on this camera. No, you can't see down below. There's very dim light coming from below, but it's the sun is gone already, so there's not much light here anyway. Anyway, it's a lot of leaks right there. Air leaks, that is. No more water leaks. I am finally finished with the cold water plumbing. My mom also washed the drawers for the kitchen. So I'm going to line these with some paper. Of course, they're plastic. They've been bleached and scrubbed and disinfected well. I wonder if I actually have to line them or not. And then I have the wooden front faces to paint and put on. But I didn't mention that the other day that she had cleaned these. And then I can have my kitchen put together finally. But I used my kitchen heavily today. It was good that my dad helped me out the other day, because I used the little pot, the big pot, the frying pan. I used all the utensils you see here in the sink. I learned that this is a very small counter space to work on. It was very awkward. But I made for my church, I was responsible for the main menu today, a Greek spaghetti casserole. Pretty complex dish, especially for me, especially working in a motorhome. But it turned out, in the end, took me over 2 hours, almost 2-3 hours to prepare this dish. Mostly because the workspace here is so small. But anyway, I'm very thankful for that my dad helped me out with the propane in here. And I'll go show you the dish before I pack it away to leave for church. This is a layered spaghetti type of a casserole with, there's meat and tomato sauce in there and some herbs and spices. And cheese on top of that, and another layer of spaghetti. Then this milk, flour, and egg sauce with some herbs. There's nutmeg in there and salt and pepper, and that goes on top. And then there's cheese over top of everything. So this is only half baked. Now I take it over to church and we finish baking it there. But thanks to my dad, this was possible too, being able to use this oven in the camper. So got to use it the day after they left.